Hi everyone!
Hey.
Fail and Ran here, and we're doing another review. This time we are doing it on Love to Dust character, Dikay Uchiha.
Sorry if I pronounced his name wrong.
Yeah, we are sorry if we pronounce his name wrong. We fail epically, that's why we are the ranting failures. So yeah, get used to it. Anyway, starting off with his looks. You take it from here.
I do like his looks. You don't really see many guy RPCs looking like that.
Right, and you don't really see many RPCers in general that can pull off doing white hair.
Usually they either make their characters too pale or
too tan. Or make the white hair look obnoxiously too bright, especially when it's dark out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then the red, you said that the reason for his red hair is unknown. Maybe some things you could do is, you could say it's hair dye for one thing, because that could work, because God knows Sakura's hair color isn't natural. So yeah,
you're not gonna let that go, are you?
No, I'm not. I don't think it's natural. I honestly think she's not pink hair. I think she's been dyeing her hair since the age of 3. Anyway, and then something about just his red in general. Maybe, giving it a more blended look instead of just 1 second it's white, then the next second it's red. That's just how I like it. I don't like it when it just goes from one color to one color. Because someone I know did that, having the hair be one color and then the shading being a totally different color, and it just didn't look good.
Yeah, and if you want to keep it, really harsh and stuff, maybe you can make it so it does go over the shading, but adds shading on the shade where the shading should be, of course.
Yeah.
So it just follows the hair a little bit more.
But overall, I don't think he looks that bad, and you give an explanation of how he's an Uchiha but still has white hair. So not a lot of people would do that. They'd be like, oh yeah, even though his mom has black hair and his dad has black hair, he's a blonde.
Oh yeah. Nah, you give reasoning for it, which will be explained later, but
yes,
we like that.
Yeah, we do like that. And then, for once, it's an Uchiha RPC that's not like a Sasuke clone. Oh my god. I love you.
Mine isn't a Sasuke clone.
Yeah, but yours is the next gen. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, he's not a Sasuke clone. And his name doesn't sound like Sasuke either.
That...
we don't get, a Saskia, or a Sasuke, or a Sasu, or Sasa.
Or Sasuke.
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 Sasuke?
I've seen it.
Oh my fucking god. Wasn't it a Sasuke clone?
Yeah, Sasuke clone. You know who.
So really props to you for doing that. You make your Uchiha OC already decently original by just how he looks. And his name.
How do you pronounce it, by the way?
Yeah, seriously, how do you pronounce it? Because we're going to keep pronouncing it Dikay until we find out.
Oh, a second, the first time I saw it, I thought it was pronounced Dicky, but then I was like, no.
Dicky. It's the key.
The key.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, we're going off topic. Anyway, his story. So, Dikay was born in the main household of the Uchiha clan, and the way you talk about it, the Uchiha clan has different branches. I'm not exactly sure on this, but we've had sources tell us that we've had, some very, 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 very reliable people tell us that there is no, branches of the Uchiha clan like there are in the Hyuga clan, I think, does that.
But there are the leaders of the clan, so instead of maybe having the branches, maybe have him be one of the clan leaders' sons.
Yeah. Also, the way you made the story, it seems like he's, brothers with Sasuke and Itachi. Is that true? Or, because if it is, I think you could easily get rid of that and have him be just son to one of the leaders, or distant cousins and stuff like that.
Or if you need them to be related, make it like just cousins.
Yeah. So yeah, and then he, like, because there were already 2 heirs, like, already ready to take over as leader, he was sent to live in another branch. Once again, I don't think that you really have to use branches, but maybe he was sent to live with other people in the Uchiha clan. So, yeah, I actually like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then his childhood was actually normal. He didn't, like, realize that he had a super special kawaii desu power at the age of 3 that made him, like, God mode unstoppable. It's a miracle. I like that. I like that his childhood was normal. He had good grades, had normal family and stuff like that, and stuff. So then, at the age of 6, he found out he was a part of the main branch. Once again, you could have it just be like a leader's son and stuff of the Uchiha clan, and began training with them in order to prove to his birth father that he was worth the bloodline. So far, I really like his story. I don't really think it's that bad, other than the Uchihas being branches and our understanding that he's related to Sasuke and Itachi. We aren't sure on that, though, so please comment letting us know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
altogether, like, even if you do have flaws in the story, it's pretty damn good.
It's pretty good so far. I can tell you didn't, like, sit down for, like, 2 seconds and then be like, oh yeah, this is my character's story. Okay,
like the you-know-who.
Yeah. So, even after he ended up living just with his adopted parents anyway. So that just shows, like, he had a strong bond with his adopted parents, which is pretty cool.
And it's realistic, since if you do
I know, like, if I spent my whole life with adopted parents, and suddenly I found out who my real parents were, I'd still kind of want to be closer with my adopted parents.
Yeah, since they've been your parents as you're growing up, so.
Yeah, so that's realistic. And then they suddenly disappeared at the age of 10, which you do explain later, and we will go into detail about that later. So, he learned fire jutsu and had the right to be named Uchiha, so yeah, because, you know, Uchihas normally do learn fire jutsu. So, Itachi started acting up, and Dikay was put back into the main branch.
Maybe he goes back to be sent with his father?
I don't know. I'm not really sure on that part. I have no opinion on that part. Do whatever you want with that. So then he was training and stuff. The Uchiha Massacre. Basically what you have happened is you have Dikay along with another girl who I'm assuming is an Uchiha hide in a bush from Itachi, and he just so happens to not find them. Let's think about this for a second. If every single Uchiha RPC hid in a bush, there would not have been a massacre. Because there would be so many that were alive. Just saying.
Pretty much a genocide of the Uchihas. Uchiha RPCs, unless they're realistically done, already annoy me. So, if you give a good reason, it's all good.
Then it's realistic. Because, just like him hiding in a bush, Itachi's a freaking ninja. He would have, like, sensed, and, like, he would have probably sensed chakra or something, because I'm guessing, like, 10-year-olds don't really know how to hide their chakra. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then eventually he actually ends up seeing Itachi and fighting with him, I guess. Itachi probably would have killed him on the spot. And then you say that Itachi allowed Dikay to live. Honestly, I personally say change the whole Uchiha Massacre, because it's too overly done. It's too cliche. Have it happen some other way. I'm not saying kill him, because, you know, I'm not saying kill your RPC in the massacre. I'm just saying maybe do it a little bit differently.
I mean, it could all work out.
But the way you have it done, it's just way too cliche, and I've seen it so many times.
Because, I mean, if you want an original character, you want them to be original, and pretty much every Uchiha RPC that I've seen has that happen.
Yeah. So then, after the massacre, he was in the hospital for at least 4 months because he was not emotionally stable to leave the hospital. Which I like, because that's, once again, something realistic.
It is realistic, since if you see all those people die, you're pretty much screwed in the head. It's pretty much guaranteed. If I saw a dead body, especially if it was, like, of your parents, or people you've lived with,
I'd be emotionally unstable for the rest of my fucking life.
yeah.
So, anyway, he gets many tests run on him, and from what I can tell, one of the people that tested on him was Orochimaru. Once again, I think that's a little too done.
But since it's Orochimaru, I guess you could get away with it.
Yeah, because he does tests on everyone. So, yeah, I'm not saying it's bad, but once again, it's something that's a little overdone.
But it could still work.
And through this, he became a vampire, or, like, I believe that's what you're trying to say. And,
But we do like that, since it gives reasoning to why he's a vampire, not he's a vampire for being the hell of a for the hell of it.
He's not a vampire for the hell of being a vampire. I mean, what? So, like, he also ends up finding out that his parents were not killed by Itachi like he had thought, but by Deidara. First off, how did he find this out? Second off, think about it this timeline-wise. In Shippuden, Deidara is 19. And then, so let's subtract, like, 2 years. So that's, like, 19, 18, 17. Then we subtract, like, a good 5 years. He would have been, like, 12 when all this was happening. Maybe 13, something like that.
Around that age.
I'm not sure how old Deidara was when he actually became a terrorist and all that stuff. I'm guessing, like,
16.
15 or 16. So, I think Deidara's a little too young to be the person that killed his parents. Maybe what you could do, if you wanted to be an Akatsuki person, change it to Hidan, because that'd be so much more awesome. Because, you know, Hidan's awesome.
And it would be in character for him.
It would. He'd just be like, oh, hey, it's people. I'm going to sacrifice them to Jason. Okay, it wouldn't exactly be like that, but you get the gist of it.
It pretty much would be.
So, yeah, overall, I think he's a good character. Some things that you could easily change and fix. That's just what we're thinking. I like that he is not like a Sasuke color over. He's not a self-insert, because that's mostly what most people do in the RPC world. He's pretty damn sexy. And, he's not a vampire for the sake of being a vampire, which I really like, because there are so many people that do that. Ayame, I mean, what? I think Deidara isn't the best to be his parents' killer. Change it to someone else. We're just saying Hidan is an example, because Hidan is awesome and has a big dick.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
And, like, I like that he has the Sharingan, but chooses not to use it, and he rather rely on his own strength. But let's face it, if you had the Sharingan, you would be using it like it was drinking water.
It's funny, but it's true, since if you had that much of a power over someone, why not use it, even if it does, like, give you bad memories of your family?
Yeah. Because, you know, if Sasuke can do that, then anyone can. Because, you know, Sasuke's always like, angst, my family.
Angst. My
that
brother.
That fucking Itachi, he took the last Klondike bar. Angst. I had to reference Naruto the Abridged. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with it lately.
I know, I have to listen to you watch it.
And you loved every second of it.
Oh yeah, totally.
So, like, just a few things about his story, like hiding from Itachi letting him live, Deidara killing his parents. I honestly think those are the only things that you really need to change. And other than that, he's a good character, and he actually has reasoning for being a vampire, which we really like.
That part is, like,